Hey guys, so recently I have been sharing a few of my client projects in social media graphics, and I've been doing what's called a mock-up. And a few of you have reached out to me asking how you can kind of do those on your own, what's the best way for you to do them. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief tutorial to show you a quick and easy way to do these in Canva. If you're a designer, you know that using Photoshop and smart filters and layers is obviously the best way to do this. But for those of you who are not super design savvy, this is going to be your best option. So first and foremost, you want to get started with a blank template or canvas or a layout of some sort. Depending on what platform you're using, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, you can just kind of pick out the layout that works best for you. I know right out the gates what dimensions I'm going to be using, so I'm going to go ahead and create custom ones for this example. For this tutorial specific, I'm going to be doing a Facebook graphic, and I know that right out the gates they're 1200 pixels wide by 630 pixels high. So I'll go ahead and get my blank canvas ready to go here. And from there, I want to make sure that I have what's called a photo frame backdrop. So Canva goes ahead and gives you some blank layouts. For this purpose, I know that my background image needs to cover the entire graphic, so I need the single background layout here. Here it's ready to go. I'm going to go into my uploads and choose the background that I want. Sometimes people will do a screenshot of the actual project. Some people will use a pattern or a texture. You could use a solid color. It really depends on what your branding is and what works for you. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and use my own branding because clearly that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and use what I would for my normal mockups. And this probably looks familiar to you if you've seen some of my projects before because this is my mockup graphic that I use for all my client projects. So once you have your background established, you're going to go ahead and search computer. And that's going to bring up a variety of different things. You can really pick the layout that works for you. If you're looking for a more of an icon look or a clip art type of style, you might want to choose one of these more cartoony graphics. If you're looking for a really realistic, if you're looking for a more realistic type of mockup, this is probably going to be a better option for you. So go ahead and grab the Mac here, resize it down a little bit so it doesn't take up your whole image. Go ahead and grab the iPad. If you want to, showcase an iPad as well. You might just want to showcase the computer by itself. Totally a personal preference. Again, I'm going to resize it so it fits accordingly. One thing to keep in mind is perspective, and you always got to keep in mind that your MacBook is always going to be bigger than your iPad, and your iPad's always going to be bigger than your iPhone. So when you're doing your graphic design, keep those kinds of things in mind as well. So now that I have my iPad and my computer, I'm going to go ahead and search for the iPhone. And again, there's a different variety that comes up. If you like the cartoon look or the icon graphic, clip art, there's plenty of those to go around. I really like the realistic look, so I'm going to pick this one. And again, I'm going to make it so it's proportioned correctly and it doesn't look totally out of whack and unrealistic. So again, for the, however you want to do your layup or your mock-up, you can kind of design this however. You might want these to be separate. You might want them together like I have them. It's really up to you. For this example, I'm going to keep them together because that's a style that I like. I'm going to move the MacBook over so it's centered. Actually, I'm going to move it a little bit more here. And again, this is all just a personal preference on how you feel the design graphical elements look best. So move that. I'm going to move my phone over here a little bit. There we go. Okay, so once you have your mock-up devices ready to go, you need to make sure you upload a screenshot of whatever it is you're mocking up. For the example I'm doing today, I've already uploaded a screenshot of a recent sales page I've done, and I also uploaded a screenshot from a mobile. For the purpose of this example, I don't have two different screenshots, which you normally would want. You'd want to have one here and then a separate one here. I'm just going to use the same example twice. So go ahead and select your image. And if you're familiar with Canva and frames, it's really easy. Drag and drop over the actual picture and it's going to go ahead and bring it in for you. If it does it like it did for me just now where it cuts off some of your image, you're going to double click the graphic and then just slide it down to where you want it. Go ahead and save it, and it's good to go there. So my cell phone screen grab, same thing. Hover over my iPhone here, and it's going to pull it in. And then again, I'm going to use the same screenshot for my iPad. Dragging and dropping, and it is good to go. And there you have it. You've got yourself your own little mock-up. It's with your branded background, depending on what you want to use, and it's good to go. You can throw in your logo if you want. You can throw in, a call to action if you want. Again, it's really up to you and what works best for your branding. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions or if you want to see some other tutorials specifically, reach out to me, and I would love to do so. Thanks, and have a great night.